you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the brain bleed? Welcome to the Chris Voss Show. Thought I'd do something different and started out. It sounded good. Maybe I should have that radio guy who cut all these shorts for us. We should have him do that. Maybe that would be a good idea. We'll see if we can't do that. So welcome, folks. Welcome to the big show. As always, we are the oldest living podcast in existence that still publishes 1 to 2 new shows a day. No one else does that. There's a handful of us left, and God bless us, we all stay around, but we've hired a hitman to go around and take everybody else out, so we'll be the oldest podcast ever. No, I'm just kidding. But it is sad. They're dying off, so please, my heart feels like it's fluttering a little bit. I'm seeing stars right now, but you know what? If you go subscribe to the Chris Voss Show, or for your family, friends, and relatives, go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, and YouTube.com/Chris Voss, and all those crazy places on the internet. I might survive, or I might not. I might just die of whatever I ate for lunch. It's probably Taco Bell, so I'm probably in trouble. Anyway, opinions expressed by guests on the podcast are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the host or the Chris Voss Show. Some guests of the show may be advertising on the podcast, but it is not an endorsement or review of any kind. We have an amazing young man on the show. We're going to be talking to him about what he's up to and all this good stuff. Peter Iacavazzi is on the show with us today. He is a 2-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Champion, elite performance coach, entrepreneur, and nationally recognized instructor who has dedicated his life to helping others build strength, resilience, and purpose. He was raised in Princeton, New Jersey, and that's the lamest accent that I have for New Jersey there. I didn't watch enough of The Sopranos, evidently. Peter grew up in a family where excellence was the standard. His father was an All-American football player, Heisman Trophy finalist, and NFL athlete who was an example to him that instilled discipline, hard work, and perseverance from an early age. Peter competed in wrestling and football throughout high school, developing a competitive mindset that would shape the rest of his life. He attended the University of Montana, where he would box moose. No, I'm just kidding. I made that part up. He discovered a lifelong passion for traditional bow hunting and the outdoors. Lots of moose, too, out there. He rekindled his love for wrestling after being introduced to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and what began as a new challenge quickly became a calling for his life. Through relentless dedication and years of disciplined training, he rose to become one of the sport's most accomplished competitors. And now he's here to arm wrestle me, and I will lose. Welcome to the show. How are you, Peter?
I'm great. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
And I'm not arm wrestling you. I might do the that pinky wrestle. You ever done that when you're kids?
I have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way I'd fight somebody at your size. So, Peter, give us .coms, websites. Where do you want people to find you on the interwebs?
So we've got 2 websites that we're really promoting right now. One is called 40fitness.com, and the other one is a fighting chance one.com. A fighting chance one.com.
Let's get into them now. Is this 40 Fitness? Is that a 40 Loco program where you do a lot of arm lifting with lifting the beer to? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. It's not 40 ounce. It's not 40 ounce pours. It's not.
Give us a overview, if you would, of both these organizations you run, sir.
My partner Travis Williams and I came up with the idea of 40 Fitness because nowadays there's so many people over the age of 40 that are looking towards the next best chapter of their life. They're not ready to say, okay, my best days are behind me. I myself am over 50, and my training partner Travis, who is a former Naval Special Warfare operator and at one time was the head strength coach for multiple special mission units, he's now over the age of 40. So we decided to create a program that would be user-friendly to everybody. But in reality, we really want to cater to and attract those individuals over the age of 40, 50, 60, well into their 70s that are looking to look better, feel better, and perform better. So that's how we came up with the name 40 Fitness.
You guys don't have a podcast, by the way. I Googled 40 Fitness, and there's a 40 Plus Fitness podcast. Oh, I might have just given someone a free plug.
You didn't give me the plug, so
send the bill to that website, damn it. And so, yeah, when you get older, you're just trying to stay alive at a certain point.
Yeah, I think so, but that's changing, Chris. It's changing. When I was a young man, I remember being a young man, and my father, we had a surprise 40th birthday party for him. Oh, really? And I thought, wow, my dad is really old. And now I'm past 40, and I think I don't look old or feel old. The world is changing. Being 40 isn't the same as it was 40 years ago.
Yeah, you see, there's kind of those memes that go around that show how old the who are those girls? The glamour girl? What was those?
The Spice Girls?
No, they were the old ladies, the 4 old ladies.
The Golden Girls, B. Arthur, and
how can I forget them? And they were all in their 50s.
Yes,
in those photos, and they showed some of the other old movie stars, and that smoking era was really bad for everybody. My grandma and grandpa used to pick up a couple cartons of Marlboros.
Yes. Those days were hard. I remember my mom used to smoke Salem's and drink Tab.
Oh yeah, Tab. That was the best right there, man. My mom loved Tab. I can't even believe they got rid of it after all these years. But no, it does seem like we're somehow healthier in spite of them inventing in the 70s that extra sugar crap. I forget what it's called that they put in everything now. But so, 40 is a real big deal. And even like 58, I'm pretty sure if I don't take all my vitamins every day, I'll die the next day. At least that's how, I guess that's my motivation. And so you did a lot of things with your life. 2 world championships, I believe. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah. So I won the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. For those that do jiu-jitsu, it's called the IBJJF. I was a 2-time Masters black belt world champion in the no-gi division. And 3 years in a row, I was ranked the number 1 black belt master in the world in the no-gi division. But I've had some success in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and grappling.
Note to self, do not fight Peter over anything. Let him have his way. Just whatever he wants to do, just say yes. Most people don't know this. I took runner-up championship in the pinky wrestling.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, thank you for playing along. 20 years of experience you've had. You guys have trained over 500 students plus, 10,000 coaching hours, thousands of lives transformed. And I was somebody who came late to the gym and I didn't get it. And I really wish someone would have box my ears and grab me by the throat. Maybe as a big guy like you could just grab me by the throat and be like, you need to go to the gym. But what I didn't realize, it's not about really competing against other people or trying to look the best at the gym so that other people like you. It really is a mind game up here, right?
It is.
It's the discipline that's here in your brain.
It is. I think here's a great quote. A good friend of mine was at one time the running back coach for University of Notre Dame, and his name was Tony Alford. And Tony came, and at the time I was coaching little guy football, and he came and gave a speech to all of our little 11 and 12-year-olds. And he said something that really resonated not only with the kids, but the coaches. He said that something he tells all of his players when he was at Notre Dame was very simple, that at the end of every day, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you better today than you were yesterday? And it really resonated with me. And afterwards, when I visited and talked with him, he said that's what he does with his young players. He tries to remind them that the goal is not to compete against other people. It's to compete against yourself. It's to be better every single day than the day before. So we really, I just absolutely love that. It was one of the greatest 5-minute football speeches I've ever heard.
Yeah. And I'm really regret waiting until my 50s to get serious about going to the gym and realizing that the war at the gym, the battle, the fight that I was doing was in the war with myself, to fight my bad habits, my bad eating, my non-exercising, and to gain that discipline to push to the next level. And that was really a lot of sometimes it's kind of nice to go look at the girls there. If you're a girl, you probably like the guys or whatever your thing is. But really just focusing on your discipline and part of your word to yourself. One of the big things I discovered was the reason I never went to gym, I would buy gym memberships to keep for years. I was one of those people. Well, I'm like, I have a gym membership. I must be exercising somewhat by osmosis, right? I drive by the gym. It's close enough that I can get a few reps in, I think, just by turning the wheel. And I learned that even if I don't feel like going to the gym, which I didn't for the first 50 years, you just go. And so I would force myself to go every day. And if I felt like crap, I would just be like, okay, go to the gym, sit in the relaxing chairs and just relax. And as soon as I walk in, I usually kick into gear, right? You're like, oh, okay, I know where this is at. We can do this. Sometimes you'll sit and I just be like, okay, we're just going to do one rep. Okay. You feel sick, you feel awful. We'll just do one rep and let's see how that goes. And then maybe we'll do two. And so I play this little game with myself, but part of it was about honoring the discipline to myself, honoring my word to myself. Because once you dishonor the word to yourself and your brain just goes in the back, your subconscious mind goes, you're full of shit. You don't really care about this. So we're just going to make it so you don't have to do it anymore. But that was really the thing. The war is me. Like when I go to the gym, the whole thing's right here. This is the problem. This is what we're going to solve. And boy, I feel better than I ever have in a long time.
Great.
50 years.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Great. You're a living example that you can, no matter what your age, if you have the discipline and the dedication to go, show up and put in the work, that it doesn't matter. You can look better, feel better, and you've just said it. So now all your listeners know that it's capable of happening.
Yeah, get off your ass and let Peter kick it and go do the 40 things. Now, what happens at the 40 place there? What do you guys do, or do you have online coaching as well and stuff that you do, or do people have to come down to the gym?
No, our coaching is an online program. It's an online platform, and we have several different packages. Some are more of like a group package where we just design a fitness program for you, and then we update it for you through our fitness app. Others are a little bit more in depth. They're more one-on-one. And then our highest, most elite level is really you're working with us almost on a daily basis. We're doing Zoom calls. We're creating a highly tailored program just for you to meet your fitness goals. So we try to make programs affordable and user-friendly. So that's basically our idea is very simple. Create that fitness platform for anyone who's uncomfortable training, doesn't know what to do or how to do it. We take all the guesswork out of it. We do all the work for you, open the door, and then you have to show up and break the sweat.
I like this concept. I should really engage in that because I don't like personal trainers in gyms. Now they're wonderful people. I have some good friends that are personal trainers. They're wonderful people, but I'm a CEO, my own boss sort of guy, my own way. I've always have been since I was a teen. I'm a first child, and I just don't like anybody bossing me around or pushing me, or I just don't like people managing me. Right?
Yep, I agree.
I have issues.
I agree. And that's why we kind of created 40 Fitness.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people when they first go to the gym, or especially people a little bit older, they walk into a gym of all these young, beautiful people. Yeah. And they don't know. They see machines and weights and dumbbells and kettlebells, and they have no idea what to do. They don't know what they're doing. So oftentimes they'll either watch somebody else doing the exercise, and oftentimes in a gym, they're doing the exercise wrong. So now you have the blind leading the blind, or they'll hire a personal fitness trainer. Yeah. And some trainers are excellent, but some aren't that good. So what we decided to do was we demonstrate and teach you how to do all the exercises. We give you the program, and then it's up to you to go to the gym and do it.
See, that's what I needed. Somebody who could give me advice, but I turned to YouTube, I think, for a little bit, but someone to give me advice, but I'll be hanging around me all the time. I don't know. I should get a really hot chick to be my trainer, but even then they'd say shit, push it harder, and I'm like, I'm gonna push your face in harder. Just leave me alone. And I don't. I'm the boss, and that's just it. Yep. But this sort of program will work really good because some people, they don't want someone. I get when you got that person there that's like, but they're always pushing you, and you should go to the next level, and you're like, let's go in the pool, and I'll push you down the next level there, buddy. I just don't play well with others being a boss of me. That's my parents.
A lot of people don't, Chris, and that's why I think the biggest problem for so many people is they don't know what to do in a gym. Yeah. But once we teach them what to do and give them the program, most people will go. They'll work out, they'll train hard. Some days they'll feel great and train really hard. Some days they won't feel great, but they'll still go because they know what to do and it's right there for them. And oftentimes you'll see people walking around with no real program in mind. They're just kind of stumbling into the next exercise. And I think that's frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone. So we take all that guesswork out of it for them.
Build real strength, move better, increase energy, lose body fat, elite coaching, train for life. I think more and more people are just going to the gym. They're working out. You see all these photos now of all these people working out in the gym. I don't ever take pictures of me work. I'll take a picture of the machine or something, but I don't ever take a picture of the thing. But it's nice to have that because, like you say, most people don't know too much about what they're doing. And there's a lot of times that you can be effective at lifting stuff where you don't have to lift stuff heavy. You can do slow, methodical reps, and that's almost like lifting something heavy after a while, and different things. So how do people engage with you, get involved in your membership options with your fitness plan and stuff like that?
The easiest thing to do is go directly to our website, 40fitness.com. And there they can interact with us immediately through the website. We will find out where are they at, where they hope to be, what are their goals, what are their expectations. We'll introduce them to our various programs, our different levels. And then from there, it's off to the races. And then we'd like to get started. And our goal is pretty simple, to help them create a better life for themselves.
And it looks like you got several packages that people can do depending on how much interaction they need and how much spend they need. And I just needed most stuff I can kind of figure out. I usually stick to machines, but then it reached a point where I maxed out the machines and I'm like, shit, what do I do now? And I was trying to figure out that lay on your back thing with where you put your feet in the air, and it's either a sexual device or it's a a leg device. You know what I mean? Someone where you're like on your back and you're kind of angled funny and you're like, hey, is someone going to sneak up on me and jump me, my bones? What's going on? This is the weirdest. This is the weirdest. What do they call those? Domination.
the dominatrix.
It's like dominatrix device here. What's going on, man? So people can pick from several different coaching systems, and they can get fully customized programs.
Yes, they can.
Weekly check-ins, direct message support, private Zoom meeting calls, depending upon the variations, of course, the offer that you have there. And so they can reach out to you on the website, contact you on the forum. And what are some of the other things that kind of set you guys apart from maybe some of your competitors or maybe those local competitors? We'll throw some shade at the fitness guys.
Really, probably what I think is the most impressive thing about our program. My partner who designs most of the programs with me, his name is Travis Williams. He's a former naval special warfare operator. After he left the military, he went to school. He went and got every possible degree in kinesiology, exercise physiology, strength, fitness training, you name it. He's kind of got the Harvard MBA in health and fitness. And then he took that, he went back to the teams, what they call the Naval Special Warfare teams. And he has spent the last 2 decades training this country's most elite military operators. So now Travis's goal is, hey, what if we took the same ideology, the same theories and principles, and what if we brought it to the civilian world? What if we tailored it down for the 45-year-old soccer mom, but gave her the same ideology of training as we might give a 28-year-old Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
I think when you look at what sets us apart, and there's some great programs out there and some great trainers out there, but personally, and this is a shameless plug, but personally, I think that Travis Williams is the most elite, finest strength and conditioning fitness coach in the world. Wow. And I think his resume and accolades speak for itself.
Yeah. I like this idea of having someone you can call, you can phone for help. What's that one show, Millionaire or whatever?
Yeah.
You got a lifeline? Yeah. And then, of course, the plan. Do you do more than exercise? Do you talk about meal planning, dieting, fasting, and doing some meth before you go into the gym? No, I don't do that.
We try to avoid the meth. We might add maybe some creatine or caffeine, but
after we avoid the meth. I get that mixed up. No, I'm just kidding, folks. We're just doing jokes. But yeah, creatine is good too. You definitely wanted to be doing that creatine. I snort that in lines off the mirror at the gym. No, don't do that either. That's a joke. Don't do drugs, folks. Seriously, it's the best thing for you. If you want to do drugs, go to the gym. That'll give you endorphins and dopamine and serotonin and all sorts. And you'll feel really good. You might feel a little beat up, but you know what? Your brain goes, I'm proud of you, man. You didn't want to come. It seems like work, but you got here, you did the thing, you kicked ass, and you feel like $1 million, and you kind of walk out there, and the girls go, "Hey, he's got a strut vibe going on there. He's looking all svelte after he did lifting the muscles." But diet's important, fasting's important, and you need to balance those other things, right? Because if you're not eating well, and you're eating trash, like going to McDonald's, you're gonna have problems, your body. I've had times where my body's, I used to try and fast a lot when I was working out because I had lost 100 pounds fasting.
Wow.
And
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
The problem is fasting and working out doesn't do it because your body's like, hey man, you took us to the gym last night. We need 50 pounds of protein now. And I'm like, we're going to fast. And your body's like, screw you. Yeah. And so there's that. Anything more we need to know about what you do there at 40 Fitness?
But 40 Fitness, just to touch upon what you've just kind of mentioned, we're not just offering a fitness workout. We do some nutritional counseling. We counsel on what supplements that we recommend. We even are linked in to several doctors that do hormone replacement therapy for those people that are really looking to go to the next level. So we try to be a one-stop shop. We try to help you with your nutrition. We help you with your supplements. We help you with your program. And then we kind of provide that motivational training to let you know, hey, we're in this together. There's a difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation shows up at the gym on January 1st. Discipline shows up on February 1st.
Yeah.
So we try to teach our clients, everybody's motivated to a certain extent. Our goal is to teach you discipline and to take that discipline into your health and fitness training every day, both at the kitchen table and in the fitness gym.
Yeah. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. Who cares who looks at you? Yeah. It's not a fashion show. My war is with my brain. My competition is me. I'm probably never going to look like you. I had two hernias I acquired while I was working out, which is probably another reason people should consult with you is because maybe they can avoid getting themselves.
Yeah, listen, a lifetime of wrestling, judo, and jiu-jitsu. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries, 2 knee surgeries, and I've also had a hernia surgery. So I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you.
They're a load of fun, especially the inaugural hernias. I like having my bowels down on my groin. It's great. It's fun. All the girls go, "What do you got down there? You got something large going on." You're like, that's not what you think it is. But no, what was the other thing I had on point from what you said? It really is about that discipline. And I just go turn off everything. I go head down when I go in there, put my headphones on. That is one nice thing about your service is I don't have to listen to really awful fucking music when I talk to you over the phone. I don't know whoever picks out gym music needs to be put on death row. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a Montana guy. I work out to country and western music.
Yeah, you guys work out to moose mating. I just have that joke for Montana. I keep calling back because I remember the only time I've been in Montana was some girlfriend I was dating. She was a flight attendant. I think that's what we need to know. And so she wanted to go on vacation. We just barely started dating. And this is just a word to the wise folks. Never early date go with somebody on a vacation for a week. We drove up from Utah to Jackson Hole in Wyoming, and we got up late, and she's like, I want to see Yellowstone. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know that we can do the whole thing. So I'm like, fuck it. We're just going to push it as fast as we can go all the way to Montana and then go back down the other side, right? And I'll never forget when we got to Montana, this little town that was there, it just was moose everywhere. You couldn't even drive around the city. You're just like,
I know the town. You were probably in either Gardner, Montana is probably where you
probably, yeah. Little town, beautiful little town. And but man, you don't want to piss off any moose. And I'm just sitting there going, I'm in my car, man. I don't want to get I've seen things on TV, but yeah, that was fun. So you started this, you help lots of people. What does your ideal client look like? Do they have to be schlubs where maybe they haven't quite gotten motivated at the gym, or all these buff dudes who are on roids and they're like, I need more help?
That's not our prototypical client. Our typical client is the 50-year-old soccer mom who's had a few kids and she's trying to raise a family, trying to be a wife, trying to have a business. And she's realized all of a sudden, wow, I don't look like I did when I was in college in my bikini. And so that's really, we're trying to cater to people that just really would love to get their shape back, to look better, to feel better, to perform better. And people just realize that say, hey, I'm 50 or 60. I may never look like I did when I was in college, but I know I can look and feel a lot better than I do now. That's really our typical client.
And just feeling good too. I mean,
that's the key.
You can't buy that. I mean, there's nothing. I'll go into the gym and I can go in there like like a humped over mess, the homeless guy who got run over by a bus twice. Sometimes I've just limped into the gym. I'm going to go sit in the massage chairs, get my backs aligned and make sure everything's in place with the gym, with the massage machines. Get me loosen up a little bit. I had one friend, he would always go, he was like a football player, I think, for BYU, and he would go fully dressed with a coat, and he had the sweater on and everything, fully dressed, socks and shoes, and he would go into the sauna. And I'm like, dude, what are you freaking doing? And he's like, dude, this is how I warm up. He goes, I do this before I go in the gym. And he goes, my muscles are warm and cooked and ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, your brain's probably anyway. He was a great guy. Now, what was the other thing I was going to add? Oh, you mentioned about, I think, making sure that medically you're correct. One of the big mistakes that I made that I should have been calling people like you is I went to the gym and I had never checked my testosterone. And I had a pretty good testosterone, a pretty good sex drive. And I'm single at 58 and I'm still pounding in nails and chasing 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds around the block. But
thank you for sharing that.
I can't afford the divorces, folks. We all know that. And I got a few million saved up for my first divorce, but I think I need a couple more. Anyway, but turns out for 2 or 3 years, I worked out every day. And I kind of hit this point where I couldn't get above it. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I ended up injuring myself. And turns out what it was my testosterone. I didn't have free testosterone. And so you guys probably recommend people get that sort of stuff checked, men or women, make sure their lube and oil is topped off and all that good stuff. But
we do.
Man, what a difference it's been since I switched to testosterone.
Right now, 20 years ago, testosterone or hormone replacement therapy, it wasn't mainstream yet. It wasn't as popular as it is now. Now, I tell all my friends over the age of 40, go to your general doctor and ask for just a basic hormone test. Look at your thyroid, look at your free testosterone, your total testosterone, look at your estradiol, look at your PSA if you're a man, because we're finding that most people, their testosterone levels are very, very low. And low testosterone level is now linked to depression, linked to anxiety. It's linked to heart disease. They're beginning to think there may be some links even to dementia and Alzheimer. So now there's so many doctors out there that recognize and understand the benefits of testosterone replacement therapy. So now you can take that 50-year-old guy who normally has very low testosterone, but he eats well and he goes to the gym. He's doing everything right, but his body's just not giving him what he needs. Now you give him the testosterone level that he might have had in his 30s, and all of a sudden he's looking and feeling great under a doctor's supervision. So I recommend to everybody, if you're really putting in the work and you're just not getting the results, get your testosterone level checked, get your hormones checked, because odds are they're probably not working optimal in your body.
Yeah. I wasted 2 years of working out, and first year I was probably getting at my max I could go, and then I just hit the wall, and I was like, I can't get beyond this. Like, what the hell? And then the other thing I didn't realize was it was contributing to serious brain fog for me.
Yes, very much so.
I can't remember if there was something else, but it wasn't working well for me. But yeah, it was life-changing. I feel like I'm 20, 30 years old now. The 20 or 30-year-olds like me better.
I'm glad to hear that. I myself personally do testosterone replacement therapy, so I can speak firsthand. It does wonders for you. It allows me to train like I did when I was younger. It allows me to recover better like I did when I was younger. And the same things you talked about, brain fog, and just it makes you feel better. For lack of better words, you feel better.
Yeah. And you recover better after working out.
Absolutely.
You have less crash out. It used to be I'd have to take 2 or 3 days after arm day. And so, let's get into more. Let's talk about the other organization that you have, the A Fighting Chance. What's the .com on that again?
So it is A Fighting Chance Program 1.com.
chanceprogram1.com, the numeral 1, correct?
Yes, numeral 1. Yeah.
Okay. And
yes. Did it come up?
I'm not sure if I typed it in correctly.
Okay.
Maybe I got it wrong, but people can pull that and then we'll figure it out. Give us an overview of what you guys do there. And it's largely targeted to women.
It's entirely targeted to women. It is a very highly specialized women's self-defense program. But in reality, when I talk to people, it's what we in the industry call a last line of defense program. It is not that, hey, come, let me train you for 3 hours and I'm going to make you a world champion and you can beat anybody up. No, it's not that at all. It's you're being grabbed by a man, a stronger, larger, more aggressive attacker. Oh. He's on top, and you literally have moments to fight for your life, to put yourself in a position where you may have a fighting chance to survive. So this program is really designed for that. When everything else is going against you and your life is hanging on the line by seconds, it's designed to get you on your feet, to get you running, to get you to safety, to create as much distance as possible between you and the bad guy. So the name of the program is A Fighting Chance. I've taught it all over the world. I've had great success with it. It's just one of those great programs that gives women the very basic but very necessary tools that they need to potentially save their life in a life-threatening situation.
Yeah, that's really important. I had a gal pal of mine who was raped in Vegas in the back of her car. He grabbed her while she was taking her groceries, I think.
Sure.
And as she was losing consciousness because he was choking her, she, last second, was reaching for her purse in the front seat and found the spray, and that saved her life. But
good for her. Picking
her up the next morning was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I never thought that anything so beautiful as making love to somebody could be so could look so ugly. And so anything that can prevent women from being in those situations, and I think that gives them probably more self-esteem and more confidence, right?
It does,
because they kind of know.
You and I both know we live in a dangerous world, and there's a lot of evil in the world, and unfortunately, it seems to be lately that women and children are more victimized than ever before. Giving a woman even the slightest hope of surviving an incident like you just talked about with your girlfriend. I always tell people, if I could spend my whole life teaching that and I can save one woman's life, then I will have lived a life worth living.
Yeah. And speaking of girlfriends, actually my first girlfriend, when I was just out of high school, she had her ex-boyfriend and his gang show up and say, you're either going to do this or we're going to beat the crap out of you. And that would have been some good things. Yeah, they really should teach that to women in school. Don't you think they should teach that? They teach us so much crap in school that we never use. Fuck algebra. Let's learn how to self-defense.
I remember when we were kids, you remember how important phys ed, physical education was in school? And you remember it was hard. Now kids can sit out on their iPhone. And I would love it if schools would teach things like plumbing and self-defense and health and fitness and how to change the oil in your car. They just how to balance your checkbook. Imagine how simple that would be.
How to fix your childhood trauma before you enter adulthood and you make a mess. That would be really great. But what are you going to do? I guess maybe we should start real life school or something. I don't know, whatever.
Wouldn't that be great? Mike Rowe, the Dirty Jobs guy, he always talks about the importance of teaching our children basic life skills, changing oil in your car, how to change a flat tire in your car. You know? So, wouldn't that be great if we went back to teaching just basic life skills?
Yeah. They have these guys on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen them. They're like the dad dudes.
Yeah.
They basically teach Gen Xers how to do those life skills that you and I learned from our dads. How to do the battery in the car and stuff. I remember my neighbor down the street. He had a beautiful young lady who's cute and would get all the wrong guys. And one of the guys that she was boyfriends with, and we're in high school, so we're not that smart at that point. I don't think we've changed at all. But his battery kept dying. And he goes, what you need to do is you need to refill the cells in your battery. Or hold on. No, what was it? Oh, there was growth on the battery. And he said, what you need to do is take some baking soda and all that shit and pour it on the growth on the battery and it'll die. Instead, he took that and he poured it in the cells of the battery. Yeah. And boy, he didn't make it long as a boyfriend after that. I think that kind of put his foot down. But so now with this program, who is your ideal client for the women's program, A Fighting Chance?
Yeah, I always tell people in the Fighting Chance program, my ideal student is every woman in the world. I can tell you that we now know through studies, through many organizations, that 1 in 4 women will be a victim of sexual assault, rape, or violent encounter in her life. We also know that women between the ages of 12 and 34 are the highest risk group. And we know that now we're beginning to understand that those women who understand how to fight back and who do fight back have an infinitely greater chance of surviving a life-threatening situation. So we've made the program appropriate for children as young as 8 years old and user-friendly for women as old as 88 years old. Any woman in the world is welcome to our program, and our goal is simple: to give them the tools that they need to potentially save their life in a life-threatening situation.
Yeah. My mom's 83. Maybe we should send her to you and you can teach her how to fight Mike Tyson.
I can try. I don't know if she'd win, but I'll give it my best shot.
As long as she doesn't get that left hook, is it? Right hook? Left hook?
Yeah, you don't want that left hook or that overhand right.
Dodge with him. But I don't know. I think if you offer him a bag of ears, he'll just munch away. So anyway, Tyson jokes on the show. So how do women can sign up there? They can pick a program that works for them and different things?
They can. So you can get a hold of me actually through my personal website, which is Iacavazzi, IACA, V like Vector, AZZI.com. Or you can go to the 40fitness.com and you can reach out to us there. We can get you started on the fitness program. We can introduce you to our Fighting Chance Women's Self-Defense program. And we've got some personalized coaching programs. I do a lot of speaking, corporate speaking, Fortune 500 speaking, and I try to incorporate a lifetime of athletics and training and show people in the civilian world, so to speak, how you can take those same principles and apply them in your business, how you can take motivation versus discipline, discipline versus motivation, structure, and what the military likes to call KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
How you can apply so much of these ideologies that you would apply in a sports arena to a life arena. And it's very similar. Success is success. There's always a formula for success.
Yeah.
And if you understand the formula, it doesn't matter the arena you participate in. The formula is always the same.
Yeah. Plus, if you get good advice, you can avoid 2 years of working out when you testosterone. I feel so stupid about that. I'm like, oh, geez.
Yeah, we've all made that mistake. Listen, I've been doing this my whole life, and I still sometimes make that mistake.
Yeah. So I noticed on the website for 40 Fitness, there's a 15% limited time select plan offer.
There is. We just started the website, so we're trying to make it cost effective for those first few clients that we get. Travis and I have spent months developing the workouts, developing the programs, shooting all of the video footage that correlates to all the exercises. So now our goal is to get the program out there. And like any other startup business, we're trying to offer a little bit of a discount to entice people to come and train with us. And we think once we get them in the door, we can change their life and we can make a difference for everybody in the program.
Changing lives and making people smile and making people happy. It really does make all the difference in the world. Even when I was maxed out, and I just still felt great working out. I would feel great the next day. I was really good at recovery and making sure that I recover. And those massage. I have 4 gym memberships. I have 2 for each gym I go to, and it's so I can buy about 40 minutes to an hour in those chairs.
Oh, those are great. Those are great.
They're so great for recovery and working on that. And of course, I had diet by then down, but even then, I don't think I had down until maybe a year or 2 ago, where I wasn't taking enough protein. And one of the things I saw was the guy who taught me how to fast and helped me lose 100 pounds. He was very much against protein. He's like, proteins and everything. It's bullshit, taking all this supplemental protein. I'm like, okay. And I bought that for years. And while I was struggling to try and get to that next level, I saw this gal and she was on TikTok talking about the importance of muscular in your bones and how eating enough protein, how we don't eat enough protein. And I'm like, maybe that's my problem. I never have gone full bore and done that. What is it? 1 ounce or 1 gram per body weight of protein you should drink or eat or whatever. That's
kind of the general guidelines that most people say. So theoretically, a nutritionist might tell you 1 gram of protein for 1 pound of lean body mass. But I always tell people, just do a 1-to-1. If you weigh 200 pounds, try to eat 200 grams of protein.
Yeah, that's tough too. I'm more 280. It's real tough. It's 5 or 6.
That would be hard. That's a lot of protein.
Yeah, but I've gotten really good with it. I mix fruit with it. I get frozen fruit, and then I add that as the thing that can make it taste different every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then by the 5 or 6 one. But I'll tell you something that's interesting about that. And skeletal muscle and how important it is to fight cancer and fight disease and how important it is. And what she said made a lot of sense. So at that time, I said, okay, we're going to start drinking 5 to 6 protein shakes a day. Right about that time, I had started testosterone. And so I was putting on some muscle, and I started also one of those weight loss drugs.
Oh, a GLP-1?
Yeah, GLP-1.
Something like that?
I tried Ozempic. I put on 10 to 15 pounds. Now, it worked for me in my brain, and it might have been because I also started testosterone at the same time.
Could have been. Because you were putting on muscle as well.
Yeah, I put on muscle, but I couldn't lose weight. And after 3 months, I quit it. And then right about then is when I discovered this protein thing. So I said, fuck it, I'm just going to do this protein thing. So I did that protein thing where I started eating 5 to 6 grams of protein. I felt great. I felt working out. I was taking the testosterone.
Good for you.
And I got off the GLP-1. I lost 40 pounds just by changing one thing, by eating all that protein.
Yep.
I lost 40 pounds. And I put on muscle too. And I was like, holy shit. All I did was start drinking protein shakes and I lost 40 pounds.
Yeah. And you did more than that. Your cardiovascular output increased, your bone density increased, your mental capacity increased. There's a direct correlation. Yeah. When you start losing unwanted body fat and you start gaining muscle, it's more than just looking good in the mirror. You're literally changing your body. And you're giving your body the ability to fight off disease better, to perform better. There's a lot to be said about muscle, and losing body fat adds to your longevity. I don't think any doctor would disagree with that at this point.
Yeah. Eating well, eating good, healthy salads. I get local salads from a local farm.
Oh, good.
I eat well and chicken every day. For some reason, chicken works for me. I don't know why. Is there some people that I love red meat. I love brisket. I could eat brisket all day long.
Me too.
But
Me too.
For some reason, it just doesn't turn to muscle like it does with chicken. Chicken is like my superpower. I don't know. For some reason, it works.
Yeah, everybody's system's a little different. I'm a red meat and eggs guy.
Yeah.
I have friends that are salmon guys or chicken guys. Protein, they're all protein. And for whatever reason, chicken seems to agree with you more than brisket.
Yeah. Which sucks. Maybe you can tell me how to change that. I like to change it but chicken is cheaper, so that helps. So as we round out the show, give people a final pitch out. Tell them where they can find you guys in the interwebs and why they should work with you.
Thank you. The final pitch is we've created a program at 40fitness.com. It's user-friendly. It's not designed to turn you into a professional bodybuilder. It's really designed to help you look better, to feel better, perform better, and increase the quality of your life. If you reach out to us at 40fitness.com, we'll design the program specifically for you. We will look at your goals. We'll help you achieve them. And as romantic as it sounds, it's really simple. We're trying to make the world a better place by making you a better person in it. If we can help every one of our clients look better, feel better, perform better, then we've achieved what we set out to do, which is make a difference for every one of our clients.
Good stuff there. And then we've got the .coms, right?
We do. So we've got 40fitness.com. We've got Iacavazzi, IACA, V like vector, AZZI.com. And then we have the A Fighting Chance program1.com. And so you can reach us at any one of those, and any one of those .coms will help you find the other .coms.
You'll find them all. Thank you very much for coming to the show and sharing your inspiring message, and hopefully give people some things. If I can come back from the mess I made for 50 years, drinking, partying, whores and cocaine. No, I didn't do any of that. I just, never mind. Anyway, you can too. I was a mess. At one point I was close to 400 pounds before I lost 100 pounds.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
And
so you're an inspiration.
Yeah. And fasting was the big key. I probably should have been working out at the same time, but it was a journey. And plus I needed to lose a lot of that just to really even work out and stuff and feel good. But it was a journey, but learning to eat well. And like I say, I mean, not only do I do the protein, I get all my salads and stuff from a local farm, do the ship in. I get my eggs from a local farm. Those are great for us. And then I go to McDonald's for chicken. No, I'm just kidding. No, I wreck it all in one sitting. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And thanks for the inspiration, Peter.
Thank you for having me, Chris. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to refer the show to family, friends, and relatives. I still may die at any second, but my heart will recover if you refer the show. Go to goodreads.com for ChrisVossLinkedIn.com for Chris Voss. Chris Voss, one of the
You've been listening to the most amazing, intelligent podcast ever made to improve your brain and your life. Warning, consuming too much of the Chris Voss Show podcast can lead to people thinking you're smarter, younger, and irresistible sexy. Consume in regularly moderated amounts. Consult a doctor for any resulting brain bleed.